Monsieur Sakarian.
There's not enough time. We run in, Adam. We run the fuck in. No,
The door is closed and locked.
we put on the suit. Yeah.
I think we know what we need to do.
We
Do
both
either
get
of
into
you?
one suit.
Yeah.
It's this awkward romantic comedy moment where you both put your leg in the same leg of one suit. Okay, well, I'm gonna. Do either of you have the check to or the skill for wearing like vac suits?
I don't think so.
Let me
Wait
check
a second. We had 4 vac suits earlier on another planet. We never had to check for skill.
Is there?
You can but you put those on in like a reasonable amount of time, slowly checking all the seals and stuff.
All right.
This is like putting it on.
Shut
fast.
Half dead.
Don't
What-
shut up.
what
Weed.
skill
I
would
like
that
your
Weed, you're
input.
dead.
I like your input. It is.
That's all he's got right now.
It's not. I don't think it's. I mean, exosuit. Yeah, but you don't. It's like that's powered exosuits.
I do got that. I got
Okay,
that
so
one.
there's no specific skill. You have exosuit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I don't think you don't have to roll. You can put it on in a dangerous situation like quickly. But Prosper, you've never put one of these on.
Yeah, Prosper's hands are shaking. He's like, shit, where are all these things? What did they connect
Since I'm
to?
experienced, can I help him put it on?
Yes. Yeah. You can roll your skill to help him, and then he's gonna roll unskilled to put it on.
Crash. Roll
Is this dex check?
6.
Sweet.
I do help him.
Okay.
Sweet.
Okay. So it's gonna take. We'll say. Oops. Roll that die.
That helped actually.
Okay.
That helped.
So it
actually
takes.
help. Whoa.
Takes about 15 minutes to get it on properly, but you don't leave any of the seals open in one race.
Let's call it 1647. What do you say?
I'm just gonna round to the nearest 5 minutes.
I'll allow it.
Okay, so thank you, Steven. All right, so you guys have the suits on, and you're outside the door, and there's like a series of like locks that you have to bypass to open it, but it doesn't require any special computer skill. Like they're mechanical locks to access the core. And the whole time as you're doing it, close the door. Fine. The whole time as you're doing it, it warns you like you are now accessing the ship's core. Ship's core has dangerous levels of radiation. Like, are you sure you want to do this? Okay.
Is it warning us, Adam, or are you?
This is just like an automated.
No, it's an automated like the ship
right.
telling you like
All
it's a bad place to go. Okay. All right, so you guys are in these like bulky, like essentially like spacesuits, basically.
Question: do we know if these vac suits would protect us indefinitely, or are we having a time limit in there? Like,
as long as they don't get damaged, you should be fine.
as long as they don't get damaged, says
Yeah.
the GM.
I mean, if you got shot or like fell, there'd be a chance of them getting torn.
Or if there were like 8 crab monsters that fell on top of you.
You know, the core is totally, completely undefended. That's fine. You just waltz in there.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So
Now that
like,
you've said that, I feel confident about going in there. It seems like there's.
I like
Yeah,
look at Mr.
why not?
Sakarian and I say, Mr. Sakarian, we need to cook. And then, bah! I kick in the door.
Like it's a big metal security door, but I get where you were going.
So he
for.
snaps his leg in half and has a
I
hyperextended
kick the
leg.
door and then I turn the wheel opening it.
You kick it so hard your knee bone goes through your suit, you get radiation poisoning, and you die.
Not again!
Okay. Chuckles. All right, so you pull the wheel, you get the door open, and there's a long hallway that's not really meant for people to go up and down most of the time. Like it's spacious enough, but there's like huge conduits that energy runs through, warning signs everywhere. As you're about to step into the room, above the door you notice that it's got symbols indicating like the condition of the deck, and one of the symbols is the symbol for like it's artificial gravity, and it's got a big X over it.
Okay.
So you want to head into the hall?
Yeah, I
I've got
launch
+1
off
dexterity.
gracefully.
That's actually a great situation.
Okay. So yeah, you step in the hall and immediately just float up.
Yep.
There are rungs along the wall that you can use to like climb.
Yep.
Climb along.
I'm using them.
Okay. All right. So where are you headed? Just like straight for the guts of the ship?
So, I mean, is there like a big sort of like radioactive core chamber that's like housing the computing powerhouse of the ship, or what am I seeing when I step in here?
So you don't see anything. You just see a long hallway.
Okay.
But the hallway, if you just follow it, leads to the core of the ship, which, like the Pizza Party and like the Swan Song on a smaller scale, is a single chamber designed specifically to focus the energy of the spike drive. It's also where the computing power of the ship comes from. The two are intrinsically tied.
And the spike drive is currently active.
The spike drive, so the spike drive it's not like an engine in that it constantly needs fuel to run. It's a single, like, intense burst of energy that drops the ship into a different level of space, and then you get yanked back out by the drive again. So it activates.
So it, like, creates a singularity, and then it just, something.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Basically, you don't want to be in this room in 13 hours, or you'll just get obliterated.
Cool.
You have a 13-hour-long conversation with an artificial intelligence. All right, so you guys want to head down that way towards the core?
Absolutely. I'm checking along the walls to see if there are any, like, important power cables that we could potentially sever if need be, or if there are any, like, speaker systems or comms panels that we could activate in order to talk to whatever's in there, or whatever.
Nothing along the way. It's all, like, hardened cabling. Like, you could try and saw through it, but even Mr. Sicarian's fabled monoblade would have a hard time. Like, it's very intentionally designed not to get damaged.
Okay, cool. Yep, we head straight down. Like, I'm keeping my eyes out.
Not
I'm
like
really looking
not like
around.
the Swan Song where it's just like towers, like Jacob's ladders, just shooting energy back and forth.
Yeah, it's not like the Swan Song, which is like a broken piece of shit. It's like fully exposed to the vacuum of space.
Yeah, you guys are riding around on something made out of Lego. Okay, so
Spaceship.
Back up in the science deck, Higgs. Miss Mesa hears you say that. They're like, "Hey, everybody, I gotta talk to you." And she says to everybody in the room, "Ignore him. Back to work." And she like stomps over towards you.
When she does that, and I go, "Ma'am, I wouldn't ignore you because I got two guys that are gonna save a world, literally, in about 10 hours. So you better start calling me Mr. Higgs from now on." And I don't like that attitude right now. I have a dead person. Well, she's not dead yet. She just died, but we brought her back. The body's right there. Look, it's dead. I'm just like pointing at her.
So you point at her. She looks, sees the Lazarus patch, and then snaps something in German to one of the other guys around that isn't actively doing something. And he comes over, kind of like hesitantly, because he doesn't want to get in the way. But he walks over and looks at Piani and is like, "I have medic training. May I?"
Yes, but if anything, look, she's stable right now. If you want to help her out, by all means. But if you fuck up, after we save this planet, I'm going to make sure the ship fires whatever it's going to fire on the planet on you, sir. And that was long-winded, but fuck you. I just turned back.
Maybe fuck you. Okay, so he starts to examine Piani to see how she's doing. He gets out a med kit and takes some readings of her condition. So Miss Mesa says to you, she's like, she kind of sighs. She's like, "Well, you know what's going on." She gestures around. "I do too. Typhoon Epsilon."
Yeah, that's a good thing to have on a ship that you just can destroy planets. Good on y'all for having that amount of power.
She shrugs. "Sometimes people need to be taught a lesson."
Yeah, well, I think someone's teaching you a lesson right now, and that's going to be me because I'm Wilbur the fucking Higgins, all right? That's me. Now, please, you need to listen to me, and we need to assist my two men that are going into the core as soon as possible because they're going to be solving your problem, and then you're going to be paying us a lot of money.
She kind of looks at you, and she's like, "Is money all you care about?"
Yes. That and my crew.
Next question.
Next question.
She says, "Then fine. I'm sure you'll have your money if we survive this, and we don't start a war with Andoni." She gestures over her shoulder to the big diagram. She says, my team is attempting to break down the object's defenses. It's
Don't fucking be...
What
What is the object? Is this another AI that talks? Is that what's going on?
She... you can see that she gets this look on her face like, okay, what's going to take me more time? To tell him to fuck off or to explain all of this stuff that he's probably too stupid to understand? And so she sighs and she's like, "It would take much too long for me to explain it to you."
Is the answer yes, that we're fighting the Terminator right now? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
been like 1,000 years, man. You don't know what the Terminator.
And it still lives.
No,
strong,
no.
Adam.
Look, they're still
A
doing like
testament to that movie.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
they're on
James Cameron.
They're on Terminator like 114 right now, man. Who knows?
They really went to shit after 56 too.
Yep.
It really did.
Arnold
So-
died and it just became shit. Yeah.
She says to you, she says the Endonians were less than forthcoming about the security in place for this piece of equipment. We didn't have all the information that we needed. You don't need to know the details. You're safe here. We have teams in place, and I'm sure. And she gestured over to Shelly, and I'm sure that we'll be able to break it down before we checks our watch before we get to Andoni. And you hear her voice like quiver a little bit, like she's not so sure. It's more intelligent than we expected. It's fighting back, but it's still not a fully formed AI, so we have a chance.
Okay.
Now, if there's anything that you know or think that you can do to help, I would appreciate it. Otherwise, please stay out of the way.
Look, I told you we've got two men that are well versed in talking with AIs. One of them is that. The other one just cooks. Sorry, not shoots. He cooks. And they're on the way to the core right now. They're going to solve your problem. If you can give them any backup, I'd be more than grateful.
She looks at you like she didn't hear you the first time and says, on their way to the core.
Yes.
Are you insane?
Yes. Well, I'm not. They are. I'm here alive because I care about myself and Piana.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you, Higgs. Your friends are already dead. So we'll cut over to them. There's two bodies floating in space.
Yeah.
So the two of you are floating down this hallway, and you come to a juncture, and around the corner you can see at the far end another like sealed door, and that's the like access to the main core.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What do you want to do?
Like, there's nothing else around here. There's no, like, access panels or, like, you know, pull this switch to deactivate the AI.
No, everything in here is like manually controlled. The core is supposed to be controlled by very complicated computer systems.
Yep. Okay.
And if it breaks,
Where
if,
it is,
if the computer breaks, you got to come down here manually and pull the door open and go in and take it apart and fix it. But you
this is
shouldn't
where
do
the
that.
AI is. That's why we're here.
The core is where the spike drive of the ship is. It's probably where they would have installed it if they wanted it to work properly.
I mean, you know, just to be on the right track here, it's also like the main computing powerhouse of the ship.
Yeah.
If the AI got into the system, this is likely where it would set up its home because it's got the most processing power.
Yeah, even if the AI's physical thing, the thing you brought on board, is somewhere else, this is where it's doing all its work.
Yep. Okay. So, I mean, I guess I stop for a second and I say, Monsieur Sakarian, I suppose we want to speak with this AI and try to find out what it wants, or if there is any way we can encourage it onto another path. But do you have any ideas for leverage we could use against this entity? I have to confess, now that we're here, I don't actually have a plan.
He very slowly kind of looks at him.
So
Like, all I know is that if this ship gets to that location, it'll kill a planet full of people. And my only experience with AIs is that they can be spoken to. So that's the chance we got. We're going to do it.
Yes, my training with AI also tells me that we can, in fact, influence its behavior through conversation. So it's just a matter of very carefully choosing our words. Do I know enough about space by being slightly trained in vehicle space to know whether or not destroying the core would lock us in subspace 1 forever or whatever?
Destroying the core, if it didn't like take the ship with it, would cause some kind of subspatial singularity and either implode the ship, or best case scenario, you'd be trapped here in non-space for all time.
Awesome.
Yep. Okay. So
Rejoin the ghost of Higgs.
I just say, Monsieur Sakarian, the brute force approach will not work in this circumstance. If we destroy that core, we are likely to be trapped in subspace 1 for eternity, wandering subspace as a headless corpse of some sort, moaning about the loss of liquor. Right.
Incredibly
All
detailed
right.
description, but yes, I hear you.
Mr. Sakarian, there's no way for us to get information about, well, like, if I look on the schematic, does it look like there are any defenses inside of that door?
There are no built-in defenses inside the core.
Okay, I relay this information. I say I propose that we move in. We can do a standard door breaching exercise to make certain that we are protected on our entry. But once we're inside, we need to try and find a way to speak with this creature as quickly as possible. Does that sound acceptable, Mr. Sakarian?
Would there be any way to do that? Does it?
We don't know. It may be that there is a panel on the core for accessing the software running inside of the machine. It may be that there is not, and we will have to search elsewhere for hardware we can hook up. I'm not certain.
Okay. Let's try.
All right. So I move up to the door and open all the locks.
All right. Yeah, so there's a pressure change as the door opens. So there's like a portal that leads out into the room, and as you drift through, the room inside must take up like most of the inside of the ship. Like if you look at the schematics, there's the ship and there's this big empty circle in the middle where the drive is. So it's a spherical chamber with ports around its equator where various, like you just come in through one. There's a metal like catwalk around kind of in the middle, and it's got to be like a kilometer all the way around. And on the catwalk, you can see that there are a couple of like terminals, and the catwalk surrounds the ring of the catwalk surrounds this like perfectly flat, like it's the size of a small house. It's like enormous. This like perfectly flat, kind of like matte gray sphere. And as you cross the like threshold into the room, the sphere like ripples slightly, and you hear the hum of like repulsor lifts, and you can see coming around the like horizon of the dome, several of the drones that almost killed Piani coming flying towards you.
Yep, dropping to a knee, taking aim, firing.
Dropping to your knee on what? You're free floating in a sphere.
Yep, that's what I do.
You just curl up into the fetal position with your gun.
Yeah, I just, take I guess it's more like a diving position where I'm just fully in a line, just aiming
What
straight
light
forwards.
do they have, Adam? Is it red or yellow?
You can't see at this distance. You just see the shapes like coming around.
As he drops down, I say, wait until you see what color.
Okay, wait until you see the color of their eyes.
I have readied an action.
Well, you had made it clear earlier.
No, it's
different
good,
modes.
Yeah, it's a good call. All right, so they're coming towards you. And let's take our last break here, and we'll see what happens after that.
You sure?
Okay.
Does that sound good, or do you want to keep going?
You tell me. We got like 15 minutes till we hit an hour. Then we'll make it easy.
Okay. All right. Well, let's jump back. We'll do another thing with Higgs, and then we'll come back to these guys. I'll see if I can fuck YouTube twice.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Whoa.
Oh, God.
Whoa.
That is legitimately the
If
best
only I
part
could
of
be
being
so
a
lucky.
They thought they were about to be fucked just then, but now they're gonna
that's
get
right.
fucked.
You're gonna get it from two angles, YouTube. Okay, so Higgs,
Two cliffhangers.
you're in the room with Miss Mesa, and so she grills you about what happened. She's like, you were at dinner with Mr. Ossuary, and then the alarm went off. What happened? Where have you been? What have you seen?
Okay, to be fair, the last thing she said when we cut away was they're already dead.
Yeah,
we start
So
at
you're
that point?
kind of...
Yeah, she dismisses you, right? It was a dismiss. She's like, your friends are already dead. So what do you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's intentionally like, it's just like your friends are
Alright.
dead.
Oh,
You don't need to know any more about that.
She Ryan Seacrested it.
She Ryan Seacrest me, yeah.
Unless you want to be like, what do you mean my friends are dead? But she's trying to move the conversation along.
Yeah, well, no, when she says like, when she says my friends are dead, I'm just like, well, how do you know that? You don't think the cook and the Frenchman, even though he's French and probably ran away already, they're gonna be alive. That's what they do. I don't hire scrubs, all right? We're the top of the food chain in the universe, lady. Why are they fucking dead?
She says this ship is full of top of the line soldiers. Higgs. They haven't stood a chance. The ship is completely under the control of the system. The core especially. That's where it lives.
Whew!
You're already
If I'm gonna
dead.
die, it's gonna be the laser beams. I don't want to just open a door and be like, and Adam's like, and dead. So let's go back to Mr. Higgins.
You fall in a spike pit like
Your innards are sucked out through a hole you
But
forgot
I'm
about.
I'm afraid it just hit the planet. Good game.
Good
Good
game.
game, guys.
Sorry, what was the last thing?
She just wants to know, like, she says, yeah, she's like, there's a bunch of, the ship is full of badasses. Why should I think that your friends are going to do any better?
Have you ever had tiramisu?
Looks around. I don't think so. What does that matter?
Jose can prepare the best tiramisu you've ever had.
Fine, well, good. I hope that he can solve this problem with a hamburger. But right now,
Look, if you gave Jose a hamburger and told him to solve a problem, he'd solve it. I bet your ass
good.
he would.
Well, then we're saved. Please, Higgs, if you have nothing to contribute, take a seat. Your friend looks like she's going to be fine. I have work to do.
Well, what are you working on?
She's just like flabbergasted by that. And it's like, you wouldn't understand even if I spent.
Are you
all
just saying
the
that
time
because I
of
have this
that
fucking
stuff.
accent? Is that what's going on? You don't even know what fucking tiramisu is, and I'm the educated one here. Is what's really going on, lady?
I don't feel the need to explain the situation to some two-bit pirate. I appreciate what you did, but it's all gone
Two-bit
very
pirate.
bad.
Do I have a peg leg to you, motherfucker?
Fine.
Does she have a weapon on her?
Fine. Yeah, she's got a sidearm, a pistol. She says, "Fine. How do you think that you can help? What would you suggest?"
I've told you already. I've got two of the best people in the universe that are going to go and solve this problem for you. You need to communicate with them and help them solve this problem. Otherwise, whatever the fuck you're working on, you're probably playing some fucking game on your stupid compad over there, not trying to solve the problem. You want to get back and use up your credits. You
Match
need to
3s
communicate.
are still popular.
Yeah, probably. Candy Crush Saga, who knows?
Yeah, Candy Crush.
Look, this is the communicate. I will give you the signals on the compad. You need to talk to them as soon as possible.
They have personal communicators on them.
Yes, of course. We're the
Good.
fucking
There's-
best in the universe. Of course we fucking have personal communicators.
The ship's comms are down. We have no other way to get in touch with them.
Well, you better find a fucking way. They're down in the core. You don't have some way to contact them through anything? More like some... Fuck. What is this ship? This is bullshit.
She says the interference alone would cause trouble. Look, maybe you can help with something. And she like takes you over to one of the like empty terminals. And she says, your ship has been broadcasting this signal for the last, well, since all of this started. Maybe you can make some sense of it.
Is it saying he's here?
She gestures. No, the ship. You see that like on the terminal, there's like a just a undecipherable like string of text, coming from the Swan Song.
Is it in something that I can communicate back to, or is it just a signal to us?
There's an open channel. It's just like dumping data at you.
Is she staring at the board?
Yeah, she's like looking at you, and when you don't do anything immediately, she gets distracted by some other person and like goes over to like talk to them.
I just go. I type in PI period. It's Higgs period.
Okay, the data stream stops and just like trails off the screen, and there's just like a prompt where your message is, yeah, and then you get like a colon and then like a line and like a side slash, the little like confused or upset mouth smiley. Peony, the medtech gives you a shot and you like wake up. You're still gonna need medical attention and stuff, but you have 1 hit point and don't do anything strenuous. But you're awake and you see Higgs over at the terminal, and the medic like is like looking at you and he's like, there you are. Okay, take it easy now. You got hit pretty bad.
Happened?
You have very bad plasma burns, and some of your ribs are broken from the force of the shot, but you're alive, thanks to your friends, and a little bit to me, but mostly your friends. And he looks over and he's like, I have to go, but just be careful. Don't get up too fast, please. And he like backs away slowly, like kind of watching you. What do you want to do?
I'm too exhausted to even be Peony angry. Just gonna.
Well, your chair. Hey, the chair you're sitting in. The chair you're sitting in.
It's a wheelchair?
Does have wheels. It's not a wheelchair, but it's a chair on wheels.
It's not a wheelchair, but it's okay. All right.
I don't
like
know.
an office chair.
The fucking.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
I mean,
that
technically
would've
they're
just-
casters.
I would have actually gotten a hit point just of how excited I would have been if I was in a wheelchair.
No, they don't have a random wheelchair sitting in the science division.
That's too bad. Yeah, I'm. I guess at this point there's still a level of she's very disoriented and not really understanding what went on or who the hell all these people are.
Yeah, but you do see Higgs hunched over a computer, the green light illuminating his face.
What the fuck happened, Higgs?
As she says that, I hit enter, and I say, "Open communication lines to Sicarian and fucking Prosper." I type and fucking Prosper.
Okay. The text comes back, he won't let me.
Figure it out. Period. I turned to Piani, and I'm just like, it's gone to bad. Look, I need to tell you some things, Mr. S, and I say that. I just say Mr. S. I don't say Mr. Sicarian.
Okay.
I'm just like, Mr. S and Prosper are in the core, and we're trying to solve this whole thing. Andoni's about to get blown up. I've got communication to the ship, and I wink, and we're trying to figure it all out. Are you?
Can I get this?
Yeah.
What's that?
No,
I get this?
No, I'm talking to Piani right now.
Oh, okay.
I told Pi to figure it out with the communication thing. And I guess at the end, I'm just like, can you do anything? Are you... I mean, you got a hole through your chest. How are you feeling?
Give me the keyboard.
Okay. I
Give it to me.
give her the keyboard, however it is.
Shot him.
I
Okay.
slowly type at my, normally I'm like 140 words per minute, but like she's only doing 60 right now, so
Okay.
one hit point. Pi, it's Piani. Can this thing be stopped?
Define stopped.
Can we at least stop the warp drive?
Maybe. I'd need core access.
How do we get you core access?
Hardline.
The look of dread just goes over Piani's face, like,
So Pi says back, Higgs wants me to get in touch with Sicarian. It might take time. Do you want me to do
all
that?
right, fuckers, I need like the longest fucking Cat 5 cable that you got. Okay. There's no other way.
So Pi explains as best they can while sub-processing, trying to like break through the comm barrier, that if someone can get like a comms link, and even if it's just like a personal comm link straight into the core system, they might be able to access it. So if Sicarian or
Someone.
someone were in the core, they might be able to do something.
But we have no way of accessing. We have no way of talking to them right now.
Pi is working on that. Give them time.
Okay.
So you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 hours later, when the times sync back up, so at 13 hours to arrival. So this is just yeah. This
24
is
hours
just,
still sitting
this
in the
is
corner.
just as the drones are coming over the thing. Prosper, your comm goes like live, like comes live.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you wanna pick it up?
Oh yeah.
5, 3,
I guess I'm looking at these things coming towards me.
Yeah. And Sicarian has just been like, hold on.
I've got my hand on his gun.
Yeah. I'm like, Higgs, this may be a bad time.
Take
Okay.
the call.
Yeah, so you answer the call, and you can hear voices on the other end, like just the ambient chatter in the room. Pi, because now you two aren't like Higgs and Piano. You're not just like sitting there staring at the progress bar as it goes up. So you guys get a ping of like a connection request on, I don't know, probably Piano on your terminal.
Oh god.
So you both get that
Skype in the
request at
future
once.
too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you answer it to make the connection.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Pi handshakes the connection, and when that happens, Prosper, on your end, you hear just over the comm like a sudden burst of noise,
Yeah. Like a modem.
And no, like an explosion. Because on the other side, for Higgs and Piani, you hear, like, outside there's a sudden, like, bass thump, and the door folds in. And people start to panic, and now we can fuck you too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so you're both
Nice.
under attack. Drone's coming, something's trying to break through the door.
No, Adam, maybe we're not.
I'm gonna stop.
We don't know yet.
That's how it's
Maybe it's a bad storm
Wait
outside,
until
Adam.
the color of the robots is
Tell me.
revealed.
Well, no, all I said was the drones are on the way. Anyway,
So you're both under attack, you boob.
we'll talk about this later. I'll talk to you on the break, Geoff.